Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Tamara Beckford. Yes, I am your favorite burnout prevention specialist here today. Just jumping on live to just do just a quick little indicator, giving you some key tips. So this is for all of my leaders, my managers, chief wellness officers out there, right? So if you do not know me, if this is the first time you're being introduced to me, I'm Dr. Tamara Beckford with Your Caring Docs. So, Your Caring Docs, we are the company of choice to help with burnout prevention and stress management training within your organizations, right? So, if you want to decrease the turnover in your organization, if you want to decrease the stress within your teams, within your leaders, if you are looking for increase in productivity, if you're looking for increase in profitability within your team, then your Karen Docs is the company for you. And I'm Dr. Tamara Beckford, and I'm the CEO of Your Karen Docs. And I am here today. We're going to go over three key things, right? So, three key indicators that if you are a leader, you should be keeping this in mind. If you're a manager, you should be keeping this in mind. When you hear some of these three things, you should be thinking, you know what? My team might be going through burnout. My team might be going through burnout. So, biggest thing, when someone or a team members are going through burnout, the energy level is low, right? So, if the energy level is low, then the output will be low. So, therefore, when it comes to the productivity that you're getting from that team, the productivity is going to go down. So, that's the biggest indicator. So, if you're noticing that a productivity is dropping, within your team, that should be an indicator that I need to take a stock and look and see what's going on, right? There's a possibility that I'm missing some key things, such as maybe there's some burnout going on, especially if you've had a lot of tasks that you've put upon your team as of late. Probably not really paying attention to how it's affecting them. So, productivity is going down. One indicator. Maybe my team is going through burnout. Now, the other thing, when burnout starts to happen, a lot of your team members might not come to you initially and say, hey, I'm feeling this way or I'm feeling that way, right? But they might start having little conversations amongst themselves, and then they'll start saying things like, I am not really trusting said team, I'm not trusting this leader, I don't believe in this organization anymore, they don't care about me. So you start hearing negative words that are being spouted towards the organization, towards your leaders, towards the managers themselves. If you're hearing this on a consistent basis, especially if it has changed, then that's an indicator. We need to look in and see what's going on. What has changed, right? What has changed within having a team that's engaged and highly productive and really mission driven and feeling attuned to the organization, to now just not wanting to have anything to do with just going to work and going home and not having any heart within that organization any longer. If there's a change, then we need to look, right? So there's a possibility that burnout might be happening within those team members. Another thing too is that you start having an increased absenteeism. Now, it's natural that every once in a while people will need breaks and you'll need, for sick time or sick leave and so on. However, if the absenteeism is increasing consistently, then the team is probably going through burnout. If you're noticing an increase in absenteeism, then the team is probably going through burnout. So now we've talked about the productivity is going down, they're no longer trusting the organization, and you're having an increase in absenteeism. Now, what are some things that we can do about that, right? Now we're seeing all these signs. What are some things that we can do? Well, the first thing that we need to do is to get our hands on the pulse of what's going on. Biggest way is through communication. And one way could be through feedbacks. It can be anonymous feedbacks. You can do that through surveys and trying to find out what's going on, right? So, a survey, you can do anonymous surveys. Now, do keep in mind, some people might not even trust anonymous surveys because they're like, I'm figuring there's some way that you will be able to track this to me. That's fine. You can still attempt it. Anonymous surveys to find out what is it that the team is thinking. Or another way, you can just really have them do one-to-ones, right? Where they feel comfortable, and you'd have to set the stage for them to feel comfortable coming to your office, leaders, managers. You'll have to set the stage for them to feel comfortable coming to the office and discuss. And you will ask these open ended questions. And the biggest thing that you have to do is listen. Do not make any excuses, do not justify any actions that you might have taken in the past. Why? Because you will not be able to identify what key issues are going on. And if the person hears you justifying, well, the reason I did this was because of that, then they'll start to clamp down and they'll no longer let you know how they truly feel. And then you're going to have an employee who's leaving that one-to-one, leaving that feedback meeting, not letting you know truly what's going on, right? And I'm pretty sure they'll continue harboring ill will, if not even worse, from that meeting. So you'll need to listen to the feedback and let it be driven, let the information and the feedback be driven by that employee and not you giving them information. You're pulling information so that you can find out how can we improve, what are some steps that needs to be made so that we can reduce the burnout and the stress amongst our employees and amongst our team members, right? Now, once you get that, then the next step would be some action steps. But now your action steps are driven based on information, based on data. You're not doing things that you think they would like. Well, maybe they would prefer this. Maybe our team will prefer if we gave them this. If that's not what the team wants, then you have wasted your energy and the team will still not feel supported, right? So you're going to get the feedback and then you're going to take action based on the feedback in order to reduce the stress and burnout within your team, right? So if these were helpful, you let me know. You let me know. You can leave a comment and let me know. Now imagine that you have a team that you're able to bring them from even the brink, or if they're sliding down towards burnout, but just by taking some of these key steps, which is one, looking and recognizing the shift that's going on within your team, two, getting the information from them by just communicating with your team, and three, taking actions based on that communication, how much better it will be for you and for your team. You'll be able to increase your productivity. You'll be able to decrease the absenteeism, right? And then you'll be able to continue to build the trust within the team. Now, if this was helpful, I'd love for you to let me know. I'm Dr. Tamara Beckford with Your Caring Docs. And like I said, I am your burnout prevention specialist, and I am your favorite one, right? Yes, absolutely. And with Your Caring Docs, we are here to help your organization to decrease the turnover, to increase the productivity and profitability through helping you with burnout prevention workshops and stress management workshops. If you'd like to get in contact with me, I would love to hear from you. If you need someone to help you to reduce the burnout in your team, reduce the stress within your managers, then send me an email at drbeckford@yourcaringdocs.com. doctor.tomar.com, and then we can find a way to work together, right? If you want to find out more about me, you can always go to our website, yourcaringdocs.com. That's URCARINGDOCS.com, where you'll get information about what I do, get all into Dr. Beckford's world, and be able to connect and book if you'd like to have me work on a workshop for your team, right? Now, this was just a quick little synopsis on 3 key ways for you to identify burnout in your team and just a quick steps that you can do to prevent it or to start preventing it. Hopefully, this was helpful. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.